Hey everyone, it's Ryan Lelf coming to you tonight. Haven't done one of these in about 2 weeks, being out of town last week, but it's Wisdom from the Recliner, volume 29, and I think I am going to talk about stuff, people, mindset, and what do I eat. So hope everyone had a wonderful Tuesday and is just enjoying life and is feeling loved tonight and remembering just how incredibly awesome they are and believing the truth that the day you were born, the day I was born, the day we were born, our value, our worth, our significance, our magnificence was established. We are the greatest being to ever exist on the planet. And once you know that, and once you believe it, and it's established, then you can really live life completely different than many do, because they either don't know it, don't believe it, or a combination of both. So let's see who's jumping on. Hello, Sin. Wheat. Hi, how are you? Hey, Terry, what's up, my friend? Good evening, Patty. Nice to have so many of you on here. Hey, Reese. I need to see you sometime now that you're in Tulsa, Reese Hollenbeck. Hello, Jeanette. I hope you're doing well. Send me an update on how you're doing, Jeanette. I hadn't heard from you in a while, so think about you from time to time. Hey, Shasta. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Kristen. What's up, David? Hey, Debbie again. I just want to talk about stuff for a little while. Hello, Casey. How many of you got a chance to see this blow up? Oh my God, man, on this flu shot vaccine post from earlier, man. I mean, if you're just looking for pure entertainment, and if you don't see, a lot of people, like, they're afraid of negativity, or they are trying to, like, avoid criticism, or they can't handle someone being ugly or disagreeing or whatever it may be. Folks, I'm not saying I like it, or I'm not saying I go look for it, but hey, what's up, Jamie? What's up, Robert? Man, I'm missing Montana, dude. I'm really missing Montana. I need to come out there and hang out and do some hot yoga with you, my friend. Hello, Sharina. Nice to have you on here as well. But anyway, don't go and read it if you don't like negativity, or if you just can't handle it. I don't try to stir anything up. I mean, listen, folks. The last time I checked, like, this is my wall. Like, I'm not posting on your wall or anybody else's walls. I don't inbox people and tell them don't go get a flu shot, or, I don't try to push my agenda on anyone. I don't have one, all right? In fact, I didn't even say don't get a flu shot. I was simply sharing an article, and I'm simply putting out information that a lot of people may not know about, and I'm just thinking maybe it would be wise for them to read that stuff and consider it before they just blindly agree to a flu shot, or anything for that matter, right? Why aren't we questioning things? Why aren't we looking at the terrible results so many people are living with? 7 out of 10 people are currently on prescription drugs. Hey, Brian, what's up, man? Listen, think about this, okay? So I've had advanced stage 4 cancer, got diagnosed a year ago, been healing from that, and other than a couple of times when I was in the hospital, I've basically been on 0 prescription drugs. And I have not been on any prescription drugs at all in months now, because I don't even know the last time I've been in the hospital. It was so long ago. I'm improved so much. So if I can heal from stage 4 advanced cancer and not be on prescription drugs, what the hell does 7 out of 10 people need to be on prescription drugs for? I mean, you talk about being brainwashed and being taught incorrectly and being trained and misinformed. I mean, that's ridiculous, folks. The results are horrible, right? I mean, let's start looking at people's skin. Let's start looking at our eyes. Let's start evaluating how we feel. Let's start being more transparent. All these people want to speak about what to eat and what's the correct diet? I tell you what, listen, this is where I'm at right now, okay? Because I share to share. I don't care. You don't need to eat like me if you don't want to. Don't. I don't care. I didn't know what my results were going to be when I decided to be public with my journey a year ago. I didn't have a guarantee that any of this was going to turn out the way it did, but I just shared it. I had no time to manipulate anything. I didn't have any time to, try to change something up and convince people, and then somehow I was going to profit from that or benefit. I mean, give me a freaking break, right? So this is the truth, okay, about if people want to give advice on what to eat, this is my new requirement, okay? Fine. Eat that diet exactly the way you're teaching it, whoever you are, right? Eat that way for a minimum of 6 months. I would prefer a year, okay? Minimum of 6 months. And then do blood work every 30 days, all right? I want copies of all that. I want a before picture, I want during pictures, and I want an after picture, and I want to see your results. And at that point, if everything's improving and your organs are getting better and everything looks phenomenal and you're having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bowel movements a day and things are really good, right? Then guess what? Hey, now you can be qualified to tell people what to eat and tell people what's real food and what's not. But if you can't produce that, or you're not willing, then, I'm not going to listen to you. Not because you're not a valuable human being, not because you're not a great person, not because you don't maybe have some good thoughts. It's just they're not real. They're not real results, like things that are actually applicable for people to go apply in their everyday life, okay? So let's get more focused on ourselves. Let's get more focused on actually living things out and proving them through real results before we just start going out and sharing stuff and talking about it like we're an expert, or giving people advice or encouraging people to do something that we don't even really know for sure actually is going to work. And I'll be the first to tell you, listen, I've made that mistake. I'm guilty of it. I'm not telling you. In fact, the reason why I can tell people to please not do this is because I've made the mistake and I did it, and I've spoke too soon and I didn't even take my own advice. So I'm man enough. I can own it, right? Hey, and I want to say hello to a bunch more people. So what's up, Sharon? Hey, Stacy. Hey, my good buddy Michael. So glad you're on here. Hello, Tegan. Hi, Jane. And Linda. Nice to have you on here as well. So yeah, and then listen, folks, I don't know where these people came tonight. Boy, they came out of the woodwork. I mean, I am not sure exactly on all these, unbelievable people that decided to have all these opinions about the flu shot or whatever. But I know this for a fact, okay? In order to show love to others, it has to flow out of us first loving ourselves. I mean, it is impossible. We can be told until someone is blue in the face that we are supposed to love other people, all right? Hey, Krista. But we cannot love other people or show them love unless it flows from a self-love. And the only way to have self-love and develop self-love is to have a revelation that you and I are completely loved by God. So we got to go all the way back to the foundation. How do we actually show love? How do we love our neighbor? How do we love people? Well, we actually have to go in reverse, okay? We actually have to first realize and love ourselves. And the way we love ourselves is to be convinced and get persuaded in our heart that God loves us. And it's not based on performance or behavior or anything we do or don't do. You don't earn it. You just receive it. All right? And so that means that in order to be ugly, to be mean, to spread hate, to put hate towards, hey, my awesome friend Amanda Woods, good to have you on here. And hello, Axel. Yes, you knew exactly where I was headed with what I'm talking about. So I just always keep this in mind. In order for us to hate others, it has to flow from self-hatred. Yeah, self-hatred of ourselves, okay? And the only way we can have self-hatred is if we have a wrong and misunderstanding, okay, of what we think God feels and is towards us. Okay, maybe not everybody thinks God hates them, but a lot of people are not really sure if he really loves them because of their recent behavior or their current behavior or what they've done or what they're doing, okay, right? And a lot of people definitely don't think that God likes them, right? Like he's kind of got to turn his head when he sees how they're living their life. No, he doesn't, okay? He's madly in love with you, period. I don't care what amount of sinning you're doing, what amount of sinning you have done. Don't even get me started on that, right? And when this revelation sinks into our hearts. So self-hatred creates this hate, this ugly behavior. So I really do. I mean this with all my heart. I'm telling you, I'm not saying I like it or I love the criticism, but I feel sorry for these people because you have to be at a pretty low place. You have to be very miserable in order to even be able to post those kinds of comments and stuff, okay? I want to say hello to some other people. Hello, Ty. Ty says, people get scared when their belief system gets challenged. We should be challenging our own belief system to make sure it's valid. We should always be growing and learning. Be open. Love it, Ty. I call that grace-based living, man. I really love all your comments, by the way, Ty. Tell me where you live, man. There's just certain people from time to time I think, man, I'd love to meet and talk to that person. You're one of them, Ty, for sure. Hey, Carmen. Hey, Lydia. Cody Hardridge, man. I had so much fun last week, Cody. What a life-changing week, buddy. I really enjoy your company. And Caroline and I both enjoyed talking to Vanessa. And thank you all for including us in the Cornerstone family and being a part out there in California, man. It was just amazing. And you made some very nice comments to me. And I love and appreciate you, buddy. And congratulations, man, on just all your success and everything you're doing and all the families you help and the people you're touching. It's quite inspiring, my friends. So good to see you on here. So anyway, guys, that was just some stuff that was kind of on my heart, and I got rolling there. I wanted to quickly, hey, Tyso from Utah. Oh, buddy, I hope you tell me you live in the Salt Lake City area. That would then we will definitely be meeting sometime because that's my favorite place to ski. At least of all the different places I've gotten to ski so far, it's not like I've skied all over the world yet. And one of the things I'm looking forward to do probably maybe next spring is I should be plenty healthy enough to be able to ski again. And I just can't wait, man. I haven't skied in, I don't know, a year and a half now since it was like the spring of 2015 before I got diagnosed. And I miss playing tennis and I miss skiing. Hello, Lori. Oh, awesome. Well, anyway, Salt Lake City has amazing skiing, folks, if you've never been there before. So I wanted to jump into 3 quick topics. One is I want to talk about mindset. And I have been reflecting, and I did a lot of reflecting last week. I kind of unplugged for about 5 days completely from my phone, the internet, Facebook, all of it. I just had a lot of just me time, downtime, alone time with Caroline. We slept 10, 12, 13 hours a night, many of the days out there. We drove around some in this beautiful weather in a convertible with the top down. We were dancing. We were jamming to the music. I mean, it was there was one time we were driving in this convertible, guys, and I looked over at her and this amazing song was on. I can't remember exactly which one it was. And I just got emotional for a second. And she just came and we just embraced our hands together like this. And tears began to flow down my face. And I just said, we did it. We did it. We absolutely did it. Hey, Eddie, I love you, man. I hope you and your family are doing well, buddy. I know you're rocking and rolling in business and life, man. Good to see you on here. And it was just so awesome, guys. But as I reflected back and as I realized something, I wanted to share it with you tonight. When I was 19 years old, I got introduced to a company, and that company introduced me to the idea that I could grow as a human being, that I could read books, that I could go to seminars, that I could get mentored, and that I could learn how to develop as a human here on planet Earth, that everything mattered in regards to how we think, our mindset, our attitude. And I started listening to tapes. I started reading books. And that has just become a way of life now. I mean, for 17 years, Caroline and I have been on some type of a growth plan. We've been under this idea that we could evolve in our thinking, we could remain open, and our belief system could evolve, and we could continue to learn things and glean wisdom from others, and obviously in our personal belief, from God and the Holy Spirit. And then we really got this foundation of that we were loved, that we were secure, and we got a revelation of grace. And so the only danger I see in like self-help and self-development is if you think that your identity is in your performance. But what I mean, we can grow, and at the same time, we can be okay with our flaws. We can recognize that we're human. We can be okay with the fact that we're just going to make mistakes. We're going to do stupid things from time to time. That doesn't mean we're still not growing. That still doesn't mean we're not maturing. But what is so awesome is that we can establish that our identity and who God says we are is all in place. Like, you can't change that. You can't mess that up. And when that revelation came on top of just growing as an individual, guys, I'm telling you, mindset, as I begin to get these one-year memories of, right around this time I was getting diagnosed, and I look at our mindset and the way I was thinking from the second I heard, hey, Ryan, you have cancer. I'm telling you guys, I am so thankful that 17 years ago, we got introduced to the idea that you could read books, that you could grow and develop, that it made sense to go to seminars, to listen to speakers, to get mentors, to be around leaders, to be around people who lived well and had greater understanding, and had maybe, were older and had been through life and could embark things that if you didn't learn it from them, you might have to learn it the hard way. And guys, I just know without a shadow of a doubt that being introduced to that set me down a course in my life. And so I just want to say tonight, I want to encourage you, it's never too late to start believing that reading books can make a difference in your life, good books, that listening to audios and going to conferences and seminars and being around high-quality individuals, people who want to live a beautiful life. And then on an even deeper level, if you can find these people who have found security in their identity in Christ, that they are who they are because God says it's who they are, and they're able to own their mistakes, they're able to be human, they relish the idea that they're not going to be perfect, and they're fine with that, but they yet have a confidence, an inner confidence. I'm telling you, get around them. They are precious people. Learn from them. See how they live their life. It's very different. It's very unique, and it's a beautiful thing, even in the midst of all this messiness. So I'm telling you guys, mindset matters. I heard this so many times, guys, that the way we think makes all the difference in the world in our lives. And I'm not telling you that I ever pushed back against that or that I didn't believe it. But what I'm telling you is after what I've been through these last 12 months, I know without a shadow of a doubt that the way we think absolutely makes a world of difference in the life we live here on planet Earth. It is huge. If you do not like your life, the first thing you probably need to think about is the way you think. And it is possible to change the way you think. The way you think is dictating your life. It's dictating my life, okay? Thoughts and the way we think and our attitudes and the way we view the world and the way we approach life and the way we respond to certain things. Guys, it is absolutely vital. It's important, okay? And you don't have to be psychotic about it. You don't have to compare yourself. Just start growing. Start learning. Find people that turn you on, that inspire you, that move you, that when they talk, it resonates in your heart. And then go be the best version of you. Go believe that you're loved. Go believe that you are special. Go believe the truth about your identity, and then just allow the evolution of how God created us mature and grow, and be okay with making mistakes, learn from them, and then be okay and embrace the messiness of planet Earth, and just allow your perspective to change and be different. Anyway, it's just powerful. The truth will set you free. We are all in bondage to something. Is it fear? Is it insecurity? Is it a tangible thing like, I'm not sure if I'm a good parent? Is it the fear that your spouse will leave you because, you don't think you're good enough? Is it a fear of money? Is it fear of disease or cancer? Is it a fear? I had a fear of food prior to cancer. No longer. It's gone. It's over. And I should have known that that was going to happen because I was believing the truth about Ryan more and more and more. And then cancer, man, just took me to a whole nother level. It was just absolutely awesome. Isn't that a cool tattoo, y'all? Lelf Strong, baby. If it is to be, it's Jesus in me. The reason I'm Lelf Strong is because he's in me, all right? He's the source. That's just my opinion. I respect all people's beliefs, all people's understanding, and I just tell you that that's how I feel for me. So I got to go back and say some hellos here. Hey, Miss Price, good to have you on here. Hello, Kay. What's up, Joanne? I met you, I believe, out in Colorado, if I'm not mistaken. My awesome friend Jacqueline is on here. Hello, Sherry. Hi, Angel. Laura, it's so amazing to read your comment. Laura Lynn says, having cancer gave me a brand new life. It has changed me amazingly. You are amazing. I'm inspired by your comment, Laura. I need to learn more about you. Hello, Paige. Hello, Jolly. Man, this is awesome. I wish I could call a timeout, sometimes. I wish I could call a timeout so I could just stop time and I could just spend hours and hours meeting people like all of you and interacting and sitting down over fruit and juice or a raw vegan meal, right? Hey, Yvonne or Ivan. I always forget how you say your name, but love you too, bro. Glad you're on here. So anyway, all right, another subject that I want to jump to. Let's see, what was it? It was stuff, mindset. Oh my gosh, somebody remind me, what was the other hashtag? Oh, I know one of them was, so what do I eat? Okay, so I want to take a little bit of time here and talk about this because some people get confused. I know Facebook and all that. Don't worry, all right? In due time, Caroline and I will have our stuff organized. We'll get a website up eventually. Obviously, we've got our plate full, and we're serving my parents and serving my dad, and obviously I'm finishing the race. So look, be patient. It's going to come. We so desire to get it all organized and have it in a simple place and for people to really be able to easily read our story and find out, very easy and simply what I've done, what I'm doing, and what worked and what didn't work. We have every desire to make that crystal clear, so no matter where people come in along the journey, or even if they're just learning about me now, we want it to benefit them. We want more people to heal from cancer. We want more people to prevent cancer. We want more people to just live in optimal health, to have more energy, to enjoy more time with their kids, to get off prescription drugs. We want more people to have less headaches. We want people to enjoy more intimacy with their spouse. We want people to be able to travel. We want people to be able to have fun. We want people to all those things, right? I mean, all of that is important and it matters, okay? And so we don't have all the answers, okay? Not everything we are going to share is going to resonate or is going to work exactly the same in every human being, but we feel like some of it can be very beneficial. And, we just made a decision from day one. We were going to share as we went. We didn't know how it was going to turn out. We didn't know what the results were going to be. And so we took that risk. And I am so thankful that we took that risk. So anyway, so back to what do I eat, okay? So this is a typical normal day for me, right? Right now, Monday through Friday, I typically get infusions at Dr. Taylor's at Marion Medical here in Tulsa, Oklahoma at 9 a.m. Well, I really don't like to start eating anything before 10 a.m., so I typically don't eat anything before I go to my morning infusion. So by the time I get through my infusion, and then I typically make a quick stop at a chiropractor's office, if I can, and have him work on me for a little while, and then I typically get home anywhere between 11:30 and noon, and usually I'm hungry, I'm ready to eat. And so I start my day off with fruit, okay? And I eat a ton of fruit, but I've built up to this. Like today, I got home around noon, and in the first 30 minutes I was home, I had eaten 8 bananas. That was the fruit that was readily available for me. And I was really hungry, and so I just eat them until I'm satisfied. Other times, there's been some mornings when I've gotten back home, and I've eaten 2 entire pineapples if Caroline had a chance to cut them all up for me. Sometimes I'll eat an entire pineapple and maybe a bowl of grapes, or an entire pineapple and a bowl of watermelon or a bowl of strawberries. Sometimes, it just depends, but most of the time I eat a lot of fruit first. And then within about another hour or so, I'm usually ready to either eat more fruit, and depending on what's available at the house, I'll eat more fruit, or I may go ahead and transition to a all-fruit smoothie. Now, something that has happened is I've gained like 15 to 17 pounds in the last just over 3 months, okay? Well, for about the last 4 months, I've been on Cali Tea from this company called Sunrider, which is very detoxifying, and I'll tell you when I normally drink that and stuff and some of those benefits. But I'm on 3 food herbs from this company called Sunrider, and I put all 3 of those in my smoothies. They're almost like eating a full meal, okay? And I think they have made a tremendous difference in my body absorbing nutrients, in me putting on some weight, even on a fruit and veggie raw vegan diet for the most part. And I probably haven't talked to people enough about them. It is a network marketing company. We do not work it as a business by any stretch. The only reason we became an affiliate is if for some reason someone wants to try the same 4 products that I've been using to see if they see similar results or benefits. Obviously, it would make sense for us to be compensated. But so maybe I don't talk a lot about it just because I have no interest in convincing anyone of anything. I'm just telling you what I'm doing and where I get it. And if you'd like to try it or get some, I can give you our affiliate link if you'd like that. And I really think, though, because I'm drinking 2 smoothies a day, and every once in a while I'll get in 3, okay? So I do an all-fruit smoothie, and then usually I go to my afternoon infusions at 2:30. So I've had a ton of fruit and usually 1 all-fruit smoothie, typically. And then I usually get back home somewhere between 5 and 6 o'clock, and man, I'm hungry again. I'm ready to get something. So I normally eat some celery with salsa. That's one of my favorite just quick things to start eating because I'm transitioning into greens, okay? And then what I do is I make myself a fruit smoothie, but I add greens. I add some kale or some spinach, and I'm always making these in a 16-ounce cup that fits our Ninja smoothie. So I can make just a easy single serving for me to be able to eat and stuff. So anyway, I usually make myself a green smoothie. I add spirulina, okay, to that. I'm still putting the food herbs in this smoothie as well. I also put amino acids in all my smoothies to just give me more protein, all right, but the right kind that's broken down. I definitely have seen some huge benefit ever since I started putting amino acids in my smoothies, again, about 4 months ago. You guys have seen, man, when I got rid of that fluid problem, I mean, it was like my body just started absorbing all this incredible real food and nutritional value that I was putting into my body, and man, it's just showing up, isn't it? So it's awesome to watch and see. I got to say hello to a few people again real quick. Hello, Elizabeth. Hi, Sage. Oh, I wish I could say your name properly. I know I'm going to butcher it, but hey, Galeen, Chloe, Amber, Tamara, Angie. Oh my gosh, I love you, Karen Mitchell. You're awesome. Good to see you on here. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know. So I'll eat some celery and salsa typically, or maybe some hummus, and I do allow myself to eat some blue corn organic blue chips with my hummus, and some guacamole from time to time. So I'm just telling you that's one thing I allow myself. Obviously I'm not eating a whole bag, but I eat some of those, throughout the week. And then I make another green smoothie, and the spirulina makes it a green smoothie on top of the other things. And every once in a while, I get a third one in, and I'll make a second one. And then at night, I like to eat salads, or I like to get some of the raw vegan meals from Pure Food and Juice. because those have fats in them. They have avocados, or some things are made from nuts and seeds, or I'll eat some almonds, or I'll just put sunflower seeds on my salad. And that's where I'm getting my fats. And my goal is to be done eating by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at the latest. But if I can be done by 7 or 8 o'clock, then even if I started eating the next morning at 10, I'm getting 15 hours of intermittent fasting every 24-hour period. And my health coach, Steve Factor, taught me something that has just stuck with me, and I believe it is absolutely the truth. We cannot heal and digest at the same time. So if I give my body 15 hours of no digesting, then sleep is already the time our body heals the most. But now my body can even heal even more when I'm awake for the rest of the evening and then even the next morning, because I'm not having it have to refocus all of its energy on digestion. And I just want to say something real quick. Fruit digests faster than anything else you can put in your body, anything else you can eat. 15 to 20 minutes, some people say. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it's quick. I'd say on the long end, 2 hours, right? Meat, on the other hand, especially red meat, okay, some people say it's definitely 24 hours, and some, okay, say that it can take up to 72 hours. Well, if we can't heal and digest at the same time, then think about those of us that need to heal, especially. And we all need to heal on some level. We all need to detoxify on some level. But as you can imagine, I needed to get flat serious about detoxing, and I really needed to heal, okay? Because I had been doing a lot of the wrong things to me and myself and my body, and had not been loving myself very well from a food standpoint and a lifestyle standpoint for 35 years, all right? So, okay, big deal, right? Do I want to tie up my body and to stop the healing for 15 or 20 minutes by eating some fruit, or for 1 to 3 days by eating a hamburger? Telling you folks, it really changed my mindset. Now, that's a typical day for me. I do eat some cooked vegan food, okay? Like, while we were out in California, there were, I think, 2 or 3 occasions where I had a veggie black bean burger. And one of the times I had French fries with them. Okay, I did. I mean, I don't sit here and claim that I tell people, they say, well, what are your restrictions? Are you a raw vegan? I don't put myself in a camp. Okay, and I don't put any restrictions on myself. I just tell people 75, 80%, and honestly, it's getting higher and higher. Maybe it's 85 or 90% of the time. I choose things that are optimal for my health: fruit, veggies, real food, nuts and seeds, okay? But sometimes I choose things that are less than optimal for my health. One of the changes I've recently made, though, is I'm done with ketchup, okay? It's absolutely terrible, okay? And so I'm just getting stronger and stronger. I'm, just getting more and more into my new normal. I'm getting less and less interested, to where even if I could allow myself to have a pizza, or I could allow myself to have this, that, and whatever, I just, it's just not that appealing anymore. And plus, I really don't like how I feel. I don't like how my stomach feels. I don't like the sluggishness that it brings me. All right? It's just, I'm loving my life. I'm loving the energy. I'm loving the way I eat on a normal, regular basis now. And I love how I feel pretty much throughout the whole day. And I'm telling you, if you can sense and feel my energy through technology, you ought to be around me, okay? I mean, it's real. It's not fake. I mean, there is something to what I'm doing. It works. It's incredible, right? So that's what I eat. And I think those food herbs and the amino acids and the spirulina, the things I'm putting into my smoothies, they're a big deal. Guys, I just kind of repeat that. I keep it simple. You know what I mean? Like, I think in a lot of cases, I would just eat from time to time because I didn't have anything else to do, or I was bored, or I would just munch while I was watching TV. But now that I'm conscious, now that I'm awake, now that I'm aware of what I'm putting in my body, I'm telling you, my mind is constantly thinking about, well, how's this going to make you feel? What is this going to do to you in an hour or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5? Or how are you going to feel when you wake up in the morning? Is this really worth it? I mean, like, is it really that amazing, that good? Is it, you going to savor the 47 seconds of taste just to have to tolerate and put up then with, what's coming about? I I mean, listen, but it takes time, okay? You guys probably remember, for those of you that have followed my journey, the addiction is real. It's a process, okay? I've had grace all the way through it. I'm telling you, don't be legalistic about it. I'm saying don't put any restrictions on yourself. Just focus on what you want and keep adding more fruit and adding more vegetables. Listen, I've been asking people lately what they eat, and 9 out of 10 times I hear almost zero or very, very little fruit. Folks, fruit is unreal. Fruit is the most natural food. It is the highest energy food that God ever created. If you do nothing else, just increase your fruit, okay? It's sugar, salt, and fat in abundance, in that order throughout the day. So I just told you what I eat. Where do I get all my sugar from? Fruit. Where do I get my salt that my body needs from? Greens, sodium. Where do I get my fats from? Avocados, nuts, and seeds. And you do it in that order. It's called fastest cars first. You want to eat things that digest the fastest and the easiest first, and move towards the things that slow down towards the evening, because you're getting ready to go into your 15 hours of intermittent fasting. So if it does take your body a little bit longer to digest even the good fats, no problem. Does that make sense? That's what my health coach, Steve Factor, taught me. And it's been amazing, guys, and I feel good. And here's what's so cool, okay? Caroline follows this exact same simple philosophy and plan. Think about the hell we've been through this last 12 months. We have my dad living with us now. And folks, no complaining. We are happy to serve him. It is taxing. It's taxing enough still with all the infusions and all the things we're doing and trying to make sure we have the finances and the money and raising 3 kids, and one's over in Spain, and then my dad lives with me, and we have to do almost everything for him, right? And you know what Caroline told me the other day? She said, Ryan, I feel the best I have ever felt in my entire life. How is that even possible? Like, how could you have been through the hell she's been through, we've been through, and the stuff we're still dealing with, and our lives and the potential stress, all of that, and yet you feel the best you ever had? Folks, I'm telling you, the simplicity of what we eat and the way we eat and in the order we do it. Thank you, Steve Factor. You truly changed my life and my family's life forever. And you coming and living with us for 10 days has been one of the highlights of this journey. And I love you, and I thank you, and I cherish all the effort, time, energy, sweat, blood, and tears that you put in to learn that. And thank you for teaching us, because it works, and we're going to get to benefit for probably the next 50 to 75 years here on planet Earth. And I cannot express to you, Steve Factor, how much that means to me. And I hope other people will benefit from what you've taught us as well. I love you so much, my friend. You're one special soul, man. You're ineffable. And you know I mean that with all my heart. So anyway, gosh, I wish I could remember the other hashtag that I put on this tonight. Man, what do I eat? Stuff. And, man, dang. Mindset. There was another one. Gosh. So, anyway, let me go back and say some hellos to some people here. Matt Whitmore. Dude, I'm so inspired by you, buddy. I cannot wait until I get to skydive with you, my friend. Sounds like you're going to be a trainer, and I'm going to be doing that. Hello, Shalom Fisher. Nice to have you on here. Sheila, how are you? Rhonda, good to have you on here. Carrie Golden, nice to see you. Tamara, Michael Funk, Karen Bell. Man, this is just good. This is awesome. Oh, people. Okay, so, here we go. Okay, so I've covered stuff, I've covered mindset, and I covered what I eat, all right? So, people. All right, I want to talk a little bit more about people, all right? I was out in California this last week, and I got a chance to speak in front of about 3,000 people. And these are people that are, many of them are very, very successful financially in the mortgage business. And hello, Francine. And a lot of them are, doing really well financially. A lot of them are just what we would consider in the world just extremely, extremely successful. And then there's a lot of people who are learning and want to do well in the mortgage business. And I mean, it's a sales event for loan officers and managers in the mortgage business. I mean, that's what it is. But what has made itself and kind of woven itself into this event over 24 years is life and health and things even beyond just earthly success or doing well financially or doing well in business. And I was able to share with people two thoughts. One is I talked to them about how I was able to overcome my greatest fear. And many of you have heard me talk about that. It's the most powerful thing I've ever learned. And I invited all those people, whatever it is that they're afraid of, and I invite you again tonight as well, whatever it is that you're afraid of, God is inviting you to go there. He wants to take you there mentally. He wants to take you there physically. He wants to take you there spiritually. He wants to take you there in your mind and your heart, and He wants to reveal to you that you will be okay, even if that fear was to manifest into an actual reality here on planet Earth. No one is acknowledging or saying that if fears come true, that they wouldn't suck, that they wouldn't stink, that they wouldn't be terrible to go through or deal with, or that you wouldn't have to go through a mourning depending on what fear this is. But if you knew you were still going to make it out and you were going to be okay, what would there be left to fear? The second thing is I was able to communicate that the reason I was able to go all in with my chosen path for healing. Hey, Kimber Crow. When I decided to go on an alternative route, when I decided to go against what most people do, chemo, radiation, all that, the reason I was able to go all in is because of what I said earlier when I first jumped on here. See, Rob Bell taught me recently, and I've been taught by Andrew Farley, Connie Witter, Greg Reether, Dr. Jim Richards, Joseph Prince, that our value as a human being, our worth, our significance, our magnificence, okay, was established the day we were born. It was in place. Nothing can ever diminish your value as a human being. You are the most valuable, worthy, significant, magnificent being that has ever been created or that ever existed. And the reason that is true is because you were born. That was the day it was set in stone. It's not by any accomplishment, and you can't ever diminish it by any stupid mistake, any amount of sinning, or any dumb thing you have done, will do, or might do. It just is. And if you'll believe that, then what would there be to fear in going all in? Why don't you go all in your choice of career? Why don't you go all in your plan to get to where you want to be financially? Why don't you go all in your marriage? Why don't you go all in with your health? Why don't you go all in with your life? Because if you already know that you're valuable, and you already know that you're significant, and you already know that you're the most magnificent human being that ever walked the face of the earth, and nothing could ever take it away from you, what is there to be afraid of? Why couldn't you go all in? Who gives a rat's ass if it doesn't turn out the way you want it to? Who cares if you fall on your face? Who cares if it goes wrong and you have to get up and try it again? Who cares? You're already valuable. You're already worthy. You're already significant. And nothing can take it away. What can this truth do for people? How differently would people operate? How different would people live? What kind of change could we see in the world if this was the belief that people were walking around with in their heart? And no matter the difficult circumstances that planet Earth might throw their way, they would always be grounded and reminded of who they were the day they were born. Folks, I'm all out of energy. I think I'm going to go watch the end of the Cubs-Giants playoff baseball game, kiss and hug my wife, get a good night's rest, wake up with unbelievable gratitude that I get to breathe tomorrow, that I get to be here, that I get to be with you, and that I get to go outside in this gorgeous fall weather like I did tonight and play with my kids and watch my 4-year-old son who can't get enough of riding his bike without his training wheels. I hope you got to see that video that I posted. If you haven't, scroll down my wall a little bit. It was a powerful moment. See, there was a lot of reason and a lot of people who tried to say that the day of me teaching Arthur David Lelf how to ride his bike without training wheels would never come for me. Well, it not only came, but I even was able to jog and even run for the first time in over 10 months. You get to experience that on the video. Hope is alive. If nothing else, take any inspiration, any motivation, any revelation that God is somehow pouring in me and through me. Take it and go live your life. Be, act, do. Because you only live once. This is Wisdom from the Recliner, Volume 29. If you liked this, if you loved it, then share it so others can benefit. Have a great night, everyone. We'll talk to you next time.